Niagara Falls. Straddling the border between the United States and Canada, this is one of the most powerful waterfalls on Earth. Three distinct falls, the American Falls, Bridal Veil, and Horseshoe, together discharge over 3,000 tons of water every second. For centuries, it has drawn explorers, scientists, and millions of visitors. Its force is not merely spectacle, it is a reminder of nature's unrelenting power. Long before the modern world arrived, the indigenous Haudenosaunee people called this place home. To them, Niagara was sacred, a thunder of water that carried the voice of their ancestors. European explorers first documented the falls in 1678, when French missionary Father Louis Hennepin stood at the edge and struggled to find words for what he saw. He called it thundering water, and even today, no words feel quite enough. Niagara Falls is not ancient by geological standards. It was born roughly 12,000 years ago as the last great ice age came to an end. Retreating glaciers carved the landscape, and the waters of Lake Erie found their path northward to Lake Ontario, cutting through limestone and shale, creating the spectacular cascade we see today. But the falls are not standing still. Every single year, erosion pulls the edge of Niagara back by approximately 1 foot. Slowly, silently, the falls are moving. The sheer volume of water passing through Niagara is almost beyond comprehension. At peak flow, more than 6 million cubic feet of water plunges over the falls every single minute. That energy does not go to waste. Beneath the surface, a vast network of tunnels and turbines harnesses the power of Niagara to generate electricity, powering millions of homes across both the United States and Canada. Nature's fury converted into human progress. Niagara has always called to the daring. In 1859, the legendary tightrope walker Charles Blondin crossed the gorge on a rope, not once, but 17 times, blindfolded, on stilts, and even carrying a man on his back. Others have gone over the falls in barrels, in kayaks, in nothing but a life jacket. Some survived, some did not. Yet still, people come. 30 million visitors every year stand at the railing, lean into the...
Havasu Falls. There are places on this earth that seem too beautiful to be real. Places that make you question whether you have somehow wandered into a dream. Havasu Falls is one of those places. Hidden deep within the walls of the Grand Canyon, in the remote lands of the Havasu people, this waterfall has flowed in silence for thousands of years. Seen by few, forgotten by none. To reach Havasu Falls, you must earn it. There are no roads, no shortcuts, no easy way in. Visitors must hike 10 miles through a narrow canyon, descending 600 feet into the earth, carrying everything they need on their backs. The trail winds between ancient sandstone walls, the air growing warmer, the silence growing deeper, until suddenly, around a final bend, the sound of water fills the canyon. And then you see it. 100 feet of pure, cascading water, plunging into a pool of the most extraordinary blue you have ever seen. Not blue like the ocean, not blue like the sky, something altogether different. The water of Havasu Falls carries an exceptionally high concentration of calcium carbonate and magnesium, minerals leached from the surrounding limestone over centuries. These minerals scatter light in a way that produces that impossible electric turquoise, a color so vivid it looks painted, it looks invented, and yet it is entirely, perfectly real. The Havasu have lived in this canyon for over 800 years. Their name, in their own language, means the people of the blue-green water. This waterfall is not merely a landmark to them. It is identity, it is history, it is home. Today, the tribe carefully controls access to their land through a permit system, limiting the number of visitors each year to protect both the ecosystem and the sacred nature of this place. To visit Havasu is not simply tourism, it is a privilege, granted by a people who have guarded these waters for generations. In recent years, Havasu Falls has faced growing pressure. Flash floods, powerful and unpredictable, have reshaped the landscape dramatically. In 2008, a catastrophic flood altered the very shape of the falls overnight, destroying the travertine terraces that once surrounded the pools.
Multnomah Falls. In the ancient forests of Oregon, where the Columbia River carves its path through volcanic rock, something extraordinary waits. Rising 620 feet from the forest floor, silent, powerful, and perpetual, Multnomah Falls is Oregon's tallest waterfall and one of the most visited natural wonders in the entire United States. It does not roar for attention. It simply falls, and that is more than enough. Multnomah Falls sits within the Columbia River Gorge, a landscape shaped over millions of years by volcanic eruptions, catastrophic floods, and the slow, patient work of water on rock. The gorge itself stretches 80 miles through the Cascade Mountains, its walls rising nearly 4,000 feet on either side. Within this dramatic corridor, more than a dozen waterfalls cascade down the basalt cliffs, but none command the eye quite like Multnomah. Multnomah falls in two dramatic tiers. The upper falls drop 542 feet, a long, elegant plunge that vanishes into mist before it ever reaches the ground. Below, a second cascade of 69 feet carries the water onward to Multnomah Creek. Spanning the gap between the two tiers is Benson Bridge, a graceful stone arch built in 1914, named after Portland businessman Simon Benson, who donated the land to the public. Standing on that bridge, with water falling above you and below you, is one of the most breathtaking experiences the American Northwest has to offer. Unlike many waterfalls that shrink in summer and disappear in drought, Multnomah flows year-round. Its source is not rainfall alone, but a network of underground springs fed by snowmelt from the slopes of Larch Mountain, high above the gorge. This constant natural reservoir ensures that even in the driest months of summer, Multnomah continues to fall. In winter, ice forms along its edges, framing the cascade in white. In spring, the flow surges with renewed snowmelt. Each season offers a completely different face of the same eternal waterfall. The Multnomah people